everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to give something different a try today, so I'm going to be trying the polygel that I got in the treat box from winning bingo with, oh, where's my words, Crystal from Blue Rose Nails. It's blue and white. And I want to try these new jewel forms that I got. So I'm going to turn it sideways to see, so you can see that it's for doing your French tips. Now, I can't draw a French tip line to save my life. So I'm going to do one of these on my thumb. And we're going to do it together. And then we're going to see how we get on. So I'm hoping that you can see the meaning and preface behind this. I'm trying to find something black, because I think it might show up better. Let me use the back of my tablet. It might show, aha, see? So it might show up better on that. So you can see where you've got to put your natural colour. And then this bit, so let me turn it sideways. I should have, here, let me just take, I think it's a number 4 I'm going to use. And that's number 4. The numbers are nice and big on them. Let me pull this back over. The numbers are nice and big on them, so that's a bonus. So let me take this one off. This one fits my thumb with enough room, but it's covering from sidewall to sidewall without pushing down. That's what you want. So you can see that you fill it up here with a little bit on the bottom. Then we will cure this onto our thumb. And then we will fill what you would put as the white. But what I'm going to do is white and blue. So white on here and blue on the tip. So you will fill that. Once you pop your form off, you will then fill in the top and then shape it. So I use the Anne Elizabeth cocoon method. So I do have a hard gel on my nails. I've used it for months now. Don't mind, I caught my finger in the door the other day and it's, yeah. So yeah, it's a hard gel with a non-wipe top coat on it. And then I am going to be putting on, whoops, I just knocked the camera, sorry. I am going to be putting on this peel-off base coat underneath. So I'm going to put this on, cure it, and then start with my polygel routine. So let's get the base gel on first, and then we'll get started. All right, I've never done the base gel this way. I usually use this base, it's nearly out. I usually use this base just to stick my tips on. Oh, God, let me move my tablet. I usually use it to stick my tips on, like Gel X method. So I'm not 100% sure. Okay, calm down a minute. I never wipe my nails off with alcohol. I'm having a bit of a nightmare this morning. Let me sort myself out. Okay, so I'm only going to do, we're just doing one hand just so you can see. So I'm just going to wipe it down with alcohol, clean it all off, just in case there's any oils around on there. So it does, as I say, I have my non-wipe top gel over my hard gel layer. So I'm just going to pop some of the peeled off base coat on, let it dry. It was a bit much alcohol on there. We'll let it dry a little bit. There we go. Cure that for 60 seconds and then we'll start with our form. I've never done these forms before. I have done jewel forms once before. They turned out all right, but I used like a neon green, and the amount of people that were like, this was the middle of summer as well when I did it, and they were like, oh my God, they'd be perfect for Halloween witch nails. I was like, yeah, what am I doing with them on? And then I've never done them before, or again, I mean, sorry. So yeah, it's a bit of a new learning. Try it with me, see how I get on, and hopefully it'll be okay. So we've just started a new year. Let me just, there's a little bit there. So yeah, I've got my peel off base on. I'm going to pop that in the lamp for 60 seconds to cure. And we'll pop back. So how's the start of everyone's new year been? It is, we're just back to work and normality and out of that time between Christmas and New Year where nobody knows what day it is. So let me know down in the comments how you've been all, how you all got on for Christmas. Did you do anything special for New Year's? And do you have any New Year's resolutions or goals that you've set yourself for this year? I'd be interested to hear. So let me know down in the comments. I'll give this a cure and I'll pop back to you in a second. Okay, everyone. So here we are. I've given it a little wipe over alcohol just so that it's not sticky while I'm working in case any fluff around gets stuck on it. So as I say, I've never actually done this before. I've no clue what I'm doing, but I've seen lots of people do it online. I don't know if anyone else has these forms or have used these forms. But yeah, we're going to give it a go and see how we get on. So we're going to pop, is this clear or that's clear? Oh, I don't want a clear, I want a white. Okay, so I thought it was a white, but it's not. And I do want a white and I know I've got white hard gel on, and then, so just give me a second, I'll see if I can find a white, and then we'll pop back. Okay, I think I've kind of changed my mind. I'm not sure I do want white and blue anymore. I do want the blue, but I've just found this one. So I'm thinking I'm going to do the nail bed blue and then ombre down into the glitter. But I'm going to lay the blue across the whole base so it has the clear with full of glitter, has something to sit on top of. Do we think that will look silly? Never mind, I'm going to go for it anyway. So let's try and see. We don't know unless we try, and that's how we learn. And as you know, here on my channel, I am self-taught. I'm not a professional by any means. If anyone thinks I'm doing anything wrong, I'm very happy for some constructive criticism and feedback all the time. I think it's important that we all, these are quite deep, so I do feel like I'm going to put a little bit more in. It's quite important that we all want to learn, and I haven't prepared myself for my lip solution. Hold on a second. So I'm going to get some. Oh, it's here somewhere. Where is my little... Oh, I don't know where I've left it. Let me just put this one out. My slip solution is always going to be alcohol, because that's what I find is best for me. Oh, I'm not in frame. It's going to be one of those days. Okay, so let's get this into the well. You can see that it's fitting perfectly down into the well. Now, I got these tips on Temu. I was not impressed with how they arrived. They arrived just in a bag. I thought I had ordered the yoke fella ones that come in a box and protected. I will say, even though they just came in a bubble bag, like the white bubble bag with bubble wrap on the inside of them, even though that's all that they came in, they did arrive quite okay. I'll show you the one thing that was wrong with them. Is one of them, which was the zero on one side, is extremely bent, as you can see there. But I will also preface this by saying the sizes are well big. Like if I put that up to the side wall on this one, and this is without pressing down, these are big. I am using a 4 for my thumb, and I don't know if I've got wide thumbs or small thumbs or what I have, but to me, this is a smaller size that I would have definitely wouldn't have said my thumb would have been a 4. So yeah, I'm going to pop this in, make sure that well is full, turn it over, make sure that there's no air bubbles. So let me just, there it is. I'm just going to, there we go. So there's no air bubbles in the well, and it looks like there's a nice bit of, I've missed a tiny little bit just here. So let me pull that back. Remember now, your polygel needs to be manipulated into place. It's not going to like level out into place. So now I'm going to put a little bit more, and now I'm going to fill in the rest, which is not filling, remember, it's not filling where you're going to put the glitter afterwards, which is from here onwards. You're just filling in like a base color. So obviously if you were doing a French, your typical nude and French now, you would go in with your white. Well, this is what I'm thinking. But as I say, I'm not a professional, so I'm just giving this a try. I'm loving the McCart brush, so I am absolutely loving it. I've never used a McCart brush before, so the McCart poly that came with the polygel kit, it's lovely. Yeah, I like that. So make sure you have enough up in the, you don't want to be skimping on the side walls, because that's where you'll end up with problems later. But our little well is all filled, so let's get this all filled and smooth out. If you feel your brush is getting a little bit, or your polygel is getting a little sticky, just pop it back in your alcohol. You don't want to, obviously we don't want to be adding too much alcohol, because you're just going to make it runny. So let me pull this down, and I'm loving this color. It's fab. So this came from the beautiful Crystal at Blue Rose Nails. I'm just going to pop, I feel like I need a little bit more just there on the side wall. And as I say, this is my first time properly doing polygel. The last time I built it on I built my polygel on a paper form. Was it a jewel form or was it a paper form? I can't actually remember now that I think. Did I do? Oh gosh, once again, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Get in frame, woman. Get in frame. Ow. So I hope I'm doing this right. It's looking a bit messy at the moment, can I just say? But we'll see. We've got a bit of, yeah. Let me see. It is quite cold today, this morning. It's quite early in the morning. It is quite cold. It just looks like they're not blending together so well. Let me dry my brush off. Just get a lint-free wipe and dry my brush off. There we go. Maybe there was too much alcohol on there. Ah, that might have been it. So I can see now where the little hole was, where it was not catching. So that's better. That is blending a bit better. Excellent. Yeah, that's the way to go. So not too much alcohol, but a bit. As I say, I'm only self-taught. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. So don't follow me, just help me learn. Would be great. Any tips, any tricks? I basically just want, for this, I just want the nail bed area. All right, let me just straighten up this top bit. That's as long as I want it. So yeah, what would you like to see me struggle with next? Oh, I'm still struggling with everything I do. Even maybe struggle just making a YouTube video. So okay, so let me have a look at this side. Oh, be happy if I was in shot. I'm not worried about the raggedy edge. I will clear that up. That's not the be all and end all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my my little cure lamp. Let's pop the gels from underneath it because we don't need to be curing those. And that. Okay, so let's turn this on. And mine is one of those automated sensory ones. So let's pop this down on the, just on here. Right, we don't need it sticking up in the air like it's about to take flight, Kelly. Maybe I should have gone for the big one. Always. Oh no, that's okay. All right, so let's just pull this down. Let's see how we're getting on. We've got a little bit of we need to clean up just here, because we don't want any uncured product on the skin. I'm not worried about around the cuticles so much because I will be blending that in anyway. So we'll just clear up this little bit here. And this little bit over here. Because as I say, we don't want any uncured products. Alright, let's give the end of that a flash cure. Just to set it in place. A couple of seconds underneath the lamp. Just so it won't slip sliding all over the place. So this is just my little flash cure lamp. Obviously you need to cure it in your full size lamp after you've done your flash cure, your spot cure, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, so we've got that in there. It's straight. Let's turn this off. So that's straight. So what I want to do now is just make sure that the back is perfectly smooth. I might need to add just a little bit more to the back, just there. And we just want to smooth that out. Just there. And the way I like to think of it is cure it upside down and cure it the right way up, as it were. So I've just got a little gap. I've got two nails that grow downwards. So when I put any tip on, there's always a little gap, and I like to just fill that in. So that's what we're doing here now. We're just going to fill that in, but we don't want to make it thick, so we're just tapering it out towards the end. Let me get a little bit more alcohol on my brush. Clean it off. There we go. Okay. And as I say, we want to make sure that we're not touching the skin. Oh, for goodness sakes, you can't see a blooming thing I'm doing. Oh, man. I should learn to look up at my camera a little bit more often, shouldn't I? Okay, so there we go. Just pop that there. I'm going to make sure that I run up both sides. And don't worry about any other bits because you can fill it. I'm a bit light here, so I probably will go in afterwards with a little bit of polygel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cure it in my full power lamp, the right way up and then upside down for 60 seconds each time, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so that's had 60 seconds the right way up and then 60 seconds upside down. Now remember that this side is going to be sticky, so I've got an lint-free wipe with some alcohol. I'm going to just rub that over to get any tacky layer off it. Because this side has had the form on it, it's not been touched the air, so it won't be tacky, but I will wipe it off anyway before I do the other gel on top of it. So let's pop the form off. So we just crack it a little bit and twist it and it pops right off. So as I say, I'm not worried about the cuticle area because I can blend that in. Little bit light on this side, but actually it's okay. Yeah, I'll tidy up the cuticle first. So let me speed that little bit up for you while I tidy up the cuticle. All right. So I've pulled you out a little bit so you can see. So I'm using my Melody Susie e-file with a mini mandrel bit on it, and I'm also using a 100-180 just to straighten up the sides and the top where my jaggedy little top. So I'll probably mute this bit because this will be loud, so we'll mute probably from about here. Quite impressed with that. So you can see where the well is, where we fill in from here up with the other one. So let me turn this off and let's get the other polygel out. So let me pop this to one side, and we're going to be using this polygel like I said to you before. Let me get my little alcohol dish back out and let's see how we get on. I don't know. As I said, I don't know what I'm doing, but we're learning together, aren't we? Let me just reposition you. So this time I'm going to make sure that I am in shot. Yeah, do I need to make this sticky in any way for it to stick to it? Or will it just stick? Should I buff it? Maybe I should buff it. I'm going to buff it, but if anyone here thinks that was the wrong thing to do, let me know. Let me know what you think. I'm just gonna quickly give this a little buff and see how we look then. Okay, so I've used a buffing block and gone around the edge so that this edge here got a buff and the top. I just feel like it needs something grippy to hold on to. Just a very light buff now. I didn't go crazy. I just feel like it needed something to hold on to. And obviously because this one is a glitter one, it's going to be a lot thicker. So yeah, this one was one that came off of, I think it was Temu. Spatula end. Let me get my brush end. So I just thought, yeah, because I couldn't find a white to lay my hands on quickly enough. And if any of you know what I'm like, if I don't get my video done as quickly as I can, I'll end up giving up on it and thinking that it's pants and nobody's going to watch it. So yeah, and I really wanted to try these jewel forms to see what they were like. So with polygel, I think it's more technique of placing and patting into place, not dragging like this, because you're not gonna, you see what I mean? You're gonna get messy end, and you don't want a messy finished result, do we? So yeah, I think it's all about practice for me. Maybe the glitter was the wrong way because you can't see the French line because of it. Oh, maybe I should have painted in the arch. Oh, I might try that next. So yeah, any tips or tricks? Has anybody tried these jewel forms? This is the first time I'm seeing them, and I wanted to give it a try and ask you and see what you think of these jewel forms. Obviously, if you haven't tried them, will you try them? I don't know. I still don't know how I feel about them, but it'd be nice to encapsulate something in this and then maybe cap it with a... Should I? Should I? Do I dare? Do I dare? So that's sticking out a little bit there. So let me just pat this in and pat this flush. So we want it all patted down. So Maggie over at Babylicious Nails is going to teach me how to do acrylic sometime soon. She's got a lot going on at the moment, but when she gets a chance, when we have time, we will, you know what it's like, life gets in the way. And she was saying that it's about patting, and I'm thinking, oh, I wonder, is that kind of like the whole polygel where you have to pat it in? I'm not worried about going over this. I'll be capping it all off. So okay, so I think I'm happy with that effect. Let me see if I can put my hand behind you, might be able to see. Obviously, I haven't filled it the whole way up because I'm thinking I really want to put something in there. Yeah, I got dust on me now. I really want to put something in there. And you're like, well, something like what? Well, I'm thinking some holographic snowflakes. And I know it's snowflakes have been done to death, but I didn't really get a chance to do many Christmas nails. And I really like the look of these little holographic ones. And I'm wondering, because obviously it's holographic glitter in the polygel, if these stick down, if they're capped over, will they keep their holographic? Let me just do two. Oh no, that's two together. Just do one there and one there, maybe. Maybe push this one down a little bit. Yeah, let me get a bit of alcohol on my brush. Sorry. Let me just push this into the polygel. And then I'm going to cap it with, I wonder will it still keep its holographic when it's covered with clear polygel. Well, today is going to be a try it Thursday almost, isn't it? So yeah, let's try it and see. So let's do that. Let's cure it. Let's give it a cure. Get it in the lamp, and we'll see what happens. I now have to pop these little holographic star snowflakes back in here. Close it up with one hand while the other one's in the lamp, because you know what'll happen. It'll go flying. It will absolutely go flying. So, let me pop this back over here. Oh, I feel a bit safer now. And I'll come back to you when this is fully cured. All right. Well, screw it. I've decided I'm going to stick a couple of little mylar flakes, because why not? Let's just go all out. I've done the snowflakes now, so I haven't wiped off the sticky layer. So I'm just going to get a little bit of holographic and a little bit of mylar, and we're going to make some prettiness. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? A bit of mylar over here. Actually, I'll tell you what I do need. I've started by number one by using the wrong brush. I had another brush in my mind first, but I've started off using the wrong one. I don't want glitter in this brush, so quickly clean it up. Clean it up, clean it up, clean it up. Let me get the brush that I wanted to use. And we'll get a little bit of base coat. Let's grab my palette. I know I'm a bit all over the joint today, so I am. But then again, why should today be any different? I'm struggling with my hands at the moment, and of opening bottles. So I have been using Maggie's little silicone mat that she gave me, and it's been working a treat. So I'm just going to pop a bit of base coat out here on the palette. Pop that on there. Get that on my brush. And then just, I'm barely tickling the holographic. And sticking it down. Oh, that's lovely. That holographic is lush. So yeah, we're going to get some of this. That came out there. Lovely. So this is all going to be encapsulated in a clear polygel. So that's going to work perfectly. I love the little mylar flakes. They're amazing. So yeah, just a little touch so that when it catches the light, you can see that it's not just the snowflakes that are shimmering. It's a little bit of everything. Let me pop that one just there. In that, there's a little dip just there. Right. Okay. So I know it's a bit raggedy looking at the moment, but trust the process. So let's give that a little cure. Okay, so here we are. I'm loving how that's turned out. So all the base coat that I used to put all the little glitters and stuff on is cured, and I'm going to encapsulate it. It doesn't need that much encapsulating. Just going to encapsulate it in a bit of the IBD hard gel. You could do this with polygel, but this was at my hands, so I thought, why not? I'll need to see. No, that's the white brush. I think it's me Hello Kitty one. Yes, this is me. Can you stop? Because you're going to cure my gel. Okay, so we're just going to get some hard gel. And we're going to... Come off. And we're going to just encapsulate all of it before we... Oh. Yes. Before we do anything else. Let's just put a slip there down across the whole thing. I think my brush is screwed. My brush is not, I only used it like 2 days ago. Not really 100% sure what's going on here. Hold on. Hold on, brush. Come back to life. Are you okay? Are you okay? Oh, yeah, you are. Strange. Let me see. All right. So we've put a slip layer down on the top. And then we just want to encapsulate everything. I'm not worried about this being neat because this is going to be filed to within an inch of its life. Because I don't know how to smoothly build a nail. But I do find the IBD levels out beautifully. So yeah. At the moment it's looking a bit like a wide duck nail. But we'll get there in the end. We'll get there in the end. I'm not worried about everything being perfect. I'm just learning. So I'm quite happy to learn as I go. And as I said, if anyone can give me any suggestions, that's looking way too thick. If anyone can give me any suggestions along the way, I'm so grateful for all your suggestions. As I said, I don't know what I'm doing half the time, but we get there in the end. It's way too thick, but I'll get that with filing. That's my only problem at the moment. Oh, I'm a bit messy today, aren't I? That's my only problem at the moment. I make it too thick and then I file and it turns out all right, but I feel like I'm wasting my time and product because I'm filing it away. Let me pop the lid on that before I cure anything. Oh gosh, it's a sticky lid. And let me pop the lid on that before I cure that. Right, let me cure the hard gel on that layer, and then I'll bring you back and we'll show you what it's like before I start filing. And you can all tell me, how the hell do I make? I know with jewel forms you make the top, but these type of jewel forms, could I put another jewel form over top of it so it's like a base one? I don't know. So have you got any suggestions, or do I just need to keep on practicing? So here she is, all cured. So as you can tell, she's thick, she's rough, she's a bit bulky looking. So let's get her all filed up. And we'll see how she looks after that. I'll go get her filed up and be right back. Okay, so we're all filed up. Didn't take half as long as I thought it would. I'll tell you what took the longest. In the middle of filing, I moved my Melody Susie drill and I've subsequently lost, and I've spent about 20 minutes looking for my mini mandrel bit. So yeah, I'm needless to say, I'm very upset because it's the only e-file bit that I didn't have a spare one on, so I'm gonna have to go buy another one. Simple as that. I can't be without my mini mandrel bit. I've got my normal mandrel, I've got quite a few of those, but the mini mandrel bit, it fell into, whoops, hold on a minute, I'm stuck here on the wire. It fell into the center bit, which as you can see right through. It's got, can you see? It's got a hole in the bottom. I lifted it up and I don't know where it's gone. I have ripped this room apart, like properly ripped the room apart. Anyway, that's not why you're all here to hear about my woes. I'm going to get my lamp out. I'm going to top coat this one and let's see how it turns out. I did go a little bit too far with the drill just, or with the electric file just here, because I was in a bit of a bad mood after that happened. But yeah, never mind. Let me get my Gary top coat and we'll get this top coated and let's see what it looks like. Yeah, so I'm not, I'm annoyed to say the least. But anyway, oh, look at that. That is beautiful. The blue is fab. And the holographic actually works really, really well. Because I'm annoyed, I've got the shakes now as well. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. There's a tiny little bit, a little bit of glitter has gotten down on the bottom, but I'm not worried about that one. So the other day I did my little nubbies, painted them. I had 2 different types of green on each end. I was testing out some polishes that I got for Christmas, and the shades of the greens. And I used 2 different top coats. So on one hand, I'm going to bake this while I'm talking to you. On one hand, I used the Goy. On the other one, I used the Yoke Fellow top coat. Within maybe 3 days, the Yoke Fellow peeled off. This one never peeled off. The Goy never peeled off. So yes, I am now a Goy. I don't know how you exactly pronounce it, but that to me, I took them off maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks after I had done them. So it's been about 2 weeks. Yes. Yeah, so nearly 2 weeks. Not a full 2 weeks because we're not that far out from Christmas yet. But that one is definitely my go-to. So I'm going to finish curing this one. We can come back and see the final reveals. I put some cuticle oil on, and I'll let you know if in the meantime, because I'm still looking for my mini mandrel bit, I'll let you know if I found it. Come back in a second. Okay, I've had another 20-minute look for it and I still can't find it. So I think I'm about to rip this room apart again. So here's our finished design. It went a little bit wayward. I'm going to pop some cuticle oil on to my dry little cuticles, and we'll take a look at the finished design. I'm quite impressed because, as I say, I can't draw for toffee, and I love the fact that you can blend the two together. So you have the French tip, and let me just see if I can get a better. Oh, the holographic's a bit much for the old camera, isn't it? So yeah, it ombres down, and I didn't intend for the ombre down. I just filed a little bit too much. But I've got my hard gel underneath, so I went with it. But yeah, let's see if we can get this to focus. The holographic is pretty impressive with all the little mylar flakes. What a lovely little polygel kit that was. And yeah, let me know if you're going to try these new jewel forms, which, because of me tearing the room apart, I don't know where they now are, but they're there somewhere. So let me know if you're going to try them. If you've seen other people do them and what designs that you want to give a go with, give them a go with, what colours you're going to use. Thank you all for joining me, just while I did one nail. Sorry, it's not a whole set, but yeah, I like it. I just wanted to try it out. So thanks everyone for joining me. I've been rattling on now for about 35 minutes. So I'm going to let you all go. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Appreciate your faces. Thank you for watching. If you've watched right to the end, can you drop me a green heart in the comments? Just so I know that you're all here watching away. It helps my algorithm and helps boost me a little bit if you pop a little something down there. But thank you for watching, even if you've only watched a little bit of it. If you watched it all, if you fast forwarded to the end for the reveal shot, I understand. But thanks, guys. I appreciate you. And I've said that about 10 times now, so I'm going to let you all go. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, so you know when I post. Talk to you soon. Bye. Bonus clip, I'm popping back in to say, I found the little found him. He'd rolled into the bin. Needs a new bit, but this is getting now tucked safely away. Just thought you'd like to know. Bye again.